Z early Goku, in my opinion, is a D tier. But he could be a C tier if he just had a little bit more damage. Most of his moves don't even hit 10,000, even with his max, even with his buff of Kaioken. Don't get me wrong though, his moves are pretty decent. And he does have an unblockable ultimate, but nonetheless, I think he is kind of like a C minus or a D plus because he's not bad. It's just his damage is just not good, in my opinion. An ultimate for 15,000 is not that good, bro. It's just not. So yeah, I got him in the D tier. It's like he is a starter character, so it kind of makes sense. So yeah, Z early Goku, D tier. At my A tier is Z mid base Goku. He's really good. See, what makes him really good actually isn't his average super attacks and his combos. It's actually his ultimate. That's what places him in the A tier. Because if you use his buff and stack it with his moves, he will be a monster. I mean his buffs as in like, I can't wait. I think it's called I Can't Wait. And if you use Give Me Your Energy 3 times, you can stack up the Spirit Bomb. Which means that Spirit Bomb would do almost 20, it does about 24 to 25,000 damage. That's basically one of the strongest ultimates in the game on average. Just saying. That's the truth right there, guys. Watch this. And I know all the other strong characters like dag, A tier. Super Saiyan Goku is A tier for sure, man. There's no doubt in my mind. He is the best Namek character in the game. No doubt in my mind. He has no unblockables, but his moves do so much damage. His Kamehameha does 14,000. His Meteor Smash does 14,000. With the buff, guys. And boosted. No matter. It still does enough damage. That is close off of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's 15,000 off of Ultimate Impact. Sorry, guys, but that's ridiculous in my mind. And his ultimate does 24,000 damage with the buff. I'm sorry, but that is a very powerful character. The reason why he's not S tier because he could have way stronger combos. He doesn't have them strong combos in my opinion. But he is just a really good character though. So yeah, A tier for Super Saiyan Z mid Goku. Okay, Z and base Goku is C tier. He is not really that special. Like he's not bad, but he's not really that good. Like he gets a instant transmission in a wild sense. He gets decent moves. What really carries him mainly is his unblockable ult. Any base form Goku, except for UI, gets a Spirit Bomb. And it's unblockable. So it's kind of like that carries them in some sort of way. The only times when you see these guys is if they use the Spirit Bomb. That's it. Or they're just trying to transform into the next thing. So yeah, Z and base Goku is no doubt in my mind a C tier because of the low damage. He does lower damage than most of his counterparts too. 18,000 is not good enough, buddy. C tier. Okay, Z and Super Saiyan is, don't get me wrong, it's worse than Namek Sakura Super Saiyan, but it's not that bad since he gets the same spirit buff in the wild sense. And he gets a few moves, but sadly enough, what really breaks this character is that move that I just used. The little scatter shot is not it, bro. Now, the only thing that makes this character really stand out is this ultimate. His ultimate is a catfish ultimate. A lot of people sometimes can't tell what Goku they're going against. So if they see this ultimate, they're cooked. And it does 20,000. So I'm going to give him B tier. But if he just didn't have that one move, he would actually be A. Alright, I'm going to keep it a buck with all y'all. This is the most underrated Super Saiyan 2 Saiyan in the game. But nonetheless, he's underrated, but he's not A tier material. See, the problem with this Goku mainly is just the fact that he lacks damage throughout his transformations. What I mean by that is, if you're going up in transformation, you should have more damage. I don't see it with Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I just see a rush move and an instant spark. So technically, he's more situational. How about that? He's more of a situational transformation, as in like, okay, I want a key move and a rush move, and I don't want somebody too broken. Then pick Super Saiyan 2 Goku, B tier for sure. I actually had to think about this one for a minute. It was between B tier or A tier with this character, and I just made the change. I think this character is actually A tier. Let me explain why. His instant spark doesn't give buffs. He does decent damage. Let's see. 14,000, yeah. Believe it or not, his Super Saiyan, I believe Super Saiyan Namek Goku is better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But the reason why I put Super Saiyan 3 as A tier is because this is a Giant Slayer. If you know what I mean by that, his ultimate can like go off on giants, so he would do more damage to giants. So just because of that one reason, he just made it to the A tier, because I actually had him at the B tier, but then I thought about it. I was like, he has a unique trait about this character, so maybe I should put him in the A tier. Other than that, yeah, A tier. DBS base Goku is a strong B tier. Like, he is a strong B tier. He's definitely one of the best base form Saiyans in the game, in my opinion. The instant spark, that damage, the setup. Wait, what do I mean by the setup? He has the best setup. You can use this move with his ultimate and it'll like always hit. I'm sorry, but he has a great setup game. His ultimate is unblockable and it's beautiful. And he does a bunch of damage. Not too much, but just enough, actually. Just enough. I think it's like 19,000, 18,000. Let's see. Watch this. Boom. 19,000. Yeah, B tier. Solid. Okay, so DBS Super Saiyan Goku. B tier. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, guys. He is definitely a good B tier. But the problem is with him is that he doesn't have crazy damage. When you go up in transformations, you can actually see the real change. I don't see that change with Super Saiyan. The only thing I see mainly in that you gain is honestly just Wild Sense. And usually just people play this character for the Wild Sense. So how they will play them is use Wild Sense, and then you fall for it, then they use like the rush move or the ultimate. Like, that is the truth. And then you will see this move here and there in a match. But he's not bad. It's just, nothing really stands out with him that makes him good. And he only does 1,000 more than his base form. So yeah, B tier. Super Saiyan God DBS Goku, A tier all the way. No doubt. There is no doubt in my mind this man is not A tier. He is A tier. He is legit A tier. He has the uniqueness in his kit because of Godbind. Godbind opens up so many doors. Now a lot of people be like, oh, nobody won't let you get that off on them. Trust me, they won't expect it most of the time because they don't see Super Saiyan God Gokus. So if you really can, you can end a game just like that. I'm telling you, this character is an A tier. He does good damage. He's pretty cool. He has a great buff. I'm sorry, but A tier. There is nothing more I can tell you. His rush move is cool. He gets the movement text. I'm sorry, but he's one of the good ones, bro. Now I can't put this character behind me. A tier, Super Saiyan God for the win. S tier, Super Saiyan. I'm sorry, DBS Super Saiyan Blue Goku. S tier, all the way. Why? He is so basic, yeah, but basic is so tragically amazing, bro. He is tragically amazing. Dude does so much shitload of damage because of his Kaioken. His Kaioken carries him. I'm gonna tell you like it is. It really does. If he didn't have Kaioken, he would be an A tier. Instant transmission with Kaioken and no hard feelings, a fast rush move with a chargeable Kamehameha and limit breaking Kamehameha, bro. Watch how much damage this is gonna do. I'm sorry, but he is an S tier. He does stupid damage. Look at that, 23,000. You can't sit back and tell me this is not an S tier character. He's S tier, especially if you know how to play him. UI Goku, S tier. Why do we even have to have this conversation? Just UI Goku is S tier alone. He doesn't even need MUI Goku. He gets a full power charge that gives him a defense boost and another boost. And he gets the auto spark that gives him a ki blast boost and a melee boost. I'm sorry. His moves do a bunch of damage. Look, 15,000. Almost 16k right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, dude is a S tier there. Yeah, I was probably expecting an A tier character. No, this is a S tier character already off the bat. The only thing that sets him aside from most S tier characters, just like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, he doesn't get the extra health bar. That's it. But what makes him actual S tier is the fact that he can gain health. Okay, this is continuation off of MUI Goku. He can gain health off of MUI Goku, so they're both S tiers. This character is an S tier, clearly why. Number one, he gets an extra health bar. He does crazy melee damage. He gets basically every buff in the game. I'm sorry, he's an S tier, no doubt. He has an instantaneous move. He has a chargeable Kamehameha that does like 16,000 max. I'm sorry, the guy's a monster. His ultimate does about 21,000. You can literally use 2 of these moves at the exact same time. I'm sorry guys, but yeah. UI and MUI Goku are S tier straight material. You cannot tell me any different. Now, I know a lot of people hate going against these characters, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. This character is very well done. He just is. And he got the auto dodge. Both characters have auto dodges. That's what makes them high S tiers too. They just got the whole kit. Okay, so GT Goku base. So the thing I am really off about with this character is the fact that he's just very weak in my opinion. He's just very weak. That was a full charge Kamehameha. And now I'm doing Dragon Fist. I'm sorry, he's just weak in my eyes. The only thing that makes him stand out from all the other Gokus is the fact that he's after image strike. And then Teen Gohan has after image strike, but we will get to him soon, trust me. GT base Goku though is like, like I said, most Gokus have the crutch of Spirit Bomb because it's unblockable. They have that luxury. Most characters don't have a unblockable. So if you're just a Goku main base, then you're always gonna have that crutching under you. Like in your sleeve, bro. You're always gonna have that in your sleeve, bro. So, but that does 17,000. Weak, C tier. GT Goku's Super Saiyan. C tier. I'm sorry guys. He is still not that good. See, the problem is that his damage might go up a little bit, but more or less, remember what I told you about that key move? That right there, that scatter key moves, they ruin the character, believe it or not. They really do. Maybe lower accurate, but they really do. The only thing he got going for him is the Instant Spark in this. That is it. Other than that, no. Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. B tier. Don't get me wrong. See, all it is basically just a stronger version of Super Saiyan. GT Goku Super Saiyan. For sure. Because he got the exact same moves. Except for his ultimate. And his different buffs. He got buffs on buffs though. So it makes him extremely strong. So if you put on both buffs and you use your ultimate, you are actually really strong. The problem is if he just had a normal rush move and took out the scatter move, he would be way better. People would play him more. So yeah, B tier. Now GT Goku Super Saiyan 4. We already know. He's an S tier. Why do I even have to talk about this? He has instant transmission, and what makes him actually an S tier character is all I need is 5 seconds. All I need is 5 seconds, basically. That makes this character too deadly and too powerful and too strong. Especially if you know how to get off a 5-second combo right after you do the all I need is 5 seconds. And then if you do all his moves do like 16,000 on average. With the all I need is 5 seconds. And then if you do the ultimate, it was like 24 to 25,000. That is big numbers. That is stronger than fusion numbers. I'm sorry, but this is a S tier character. And believe it or not, this is rival to be the strongest Goku in the game right now. So yeah, S tier, Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku. Okay, this might sound crazy, but I gave Teen Goku a C tier. See, here's the thing I like about Teen Gohan. Teen Goku. Teen Goku's actually good in my opinion. It's just, he doesn't do that much damage. See, the one thing I gotta say, remember Z early Goku? I think I gave him a D tier. Teen Goku is definitely a C tier because of After Image Strike. That's his crutch. If you don't use After Image Strike on this character, he's definitely a D tier. But if you do, and you use it the right way, this character is a C tier. He's wrecking shit, bro. You are a monster. You are definitely a monster. C tier. Mini Goku is a B tier. Okay, y'all probably be like, what? He's one of the... No, he's not actually as bad as people think he is. The problem is with this character, though, he has no key moves. If this character actually had key moves, he's he actually does damage. Like, I don't think I initially show all the moves and all the damage he can do, really. But this guy is actually really strong. When I did his ultimate with his buff, he did about like a clean 18,000 alone. Like, I'm sorry, but Mini Goku's actually way better than y'all think. Just the fact that if he had a key move just to balance him out and make him more like diverse, he would be amazing in my opinion. So B tier. Ooh, Scouter Vegeta base D tier. So it's not bad, but it's like Z early Goku's. Weak. It's just weak. Goku has Kaioken and is still weak. So with Vegeta just alone as a base, he's just weak. I'm sorry, but there's no redeeming that quality, bro. He is not going to be strong in this form. Y'all could put all the reflect items on him. He is not that strong. I am sorry. He's just not. I'm not saying he's good, but he's just not strong. His moves are decent, actually. It's just put more damage on him, he would be a monster, but he's not. So D tier for sure. And that is the lowest tier on my list, just letting y'all know. D tier. Okay, grade 8. Vegeta, grade 8. A tier. How do you go from a D tier straight to an A tier? Because you got a giant form. So you get an extra health bar. You get way more damage. You can actually pummel people with one hit. Like, one hit can almost do one health bar now. Like, back then, before the nerf, you can do one hit with one health bar, bro. Like, I'm sorry. But he's an A tier. Most giants in the game are A tiers. No doubt. Maybe 2 of them are S tiers, but, you know. But since he's one of the weaker giants, he's definitely just an A tier. But just because he's one of the weakest giants doesn't mean he's not good. He's A tier. Z early base Vegeta. C tier. No doubt in my mind. So the thing is, he is kind of like lacking in a lot of areas. The only thing good about this character I can tell you is that he has an Insta Spark. That is it. Nothing else really comes to mind about anything else. Like, nothing. He's just C tier. Vegeta Z early Super Saiyan, B tier. And that's still kind of like debatable. He is truly debatable. Like, he's not that good, but he's not bad either. So he gets a buff, he gets an explosive wave, he gets a rush move that you can combo into his key move. So it's kind of like, yeah, B tier material. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he does enough damage to actually like go head to head with certain characters. So I can respect it. It's just the fact that if they just did a little bit more with him, and he would have been possibly an A tier. Possibly, don't drag it. I don't care what y'all say. Z early Super Saiyan grade 2 Vegeta is a S tier character. Now let me give you all the facts on why. Number 1, the Insta Spark with the Ki Blast. Oh, he could have got way more. No, this is all he needs. Even though he has 12,000 damage, right? When some of his key moves with the Jiffy, right? And then guess what? He gets a rush move with it. This character just goes up in damage so much, in my opinion, from all his other forms. I'm sorry, but there is no competing with what this character has. He is a S tier character. He is probably the weakest S tier character, but he is a S tier character. I'm sorry. Look at his damage, bro. That is a Cell Saga character, bro. He is the second strongest. Z and base Vegeta, C tier. So, the thing is, I like Z and base Vegeta, actually. I do. Like, he actually gets a rush move. That does damage. 12,000. Like, that's not bad. But then you got this. That's trash. Sorry, but C tier. Just because of that one move. That's what they be doing to the Vegeta fans, bro. I swear. They be giving us these trash moves, bro. The Big Bang attack is cool, though. Like, watch this. How much? Clean 18,000. Yeah, he's a C tier. If he didn't have this move, bro, he would possibly have been a B tier for sure. Now for Z and Super Saiyan Vegeta, B tier. He goes up in damage, so I'll give him that. He gets Final Flash, so we actually get a beam move. The problem is they take away one of our rush moves, so he doesn't go up so much. That's the problem, bro. They can't diverse these characters. But I will say something. The ultimate is very cool and it does decent damage. I think it does like 20,000. Yep, 20,000 damage. So yeah, he's a good B tier in my opinion. B tier material. Yeah, Z and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is still B tier. I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't go up a tier after when he hits Super Saiyan. But I'm not saying it's bad. His Super Saiyan 2 is not bad. But the thing is, he doesn't get no buffs or anything. He still has this whack-ass move. I'm sorry, bro, but he's just a B tier. Just a strong... No, he's a mid B tier. Not strong. Mid B tier. Like, honestly, they could have done better with this guy. But they didn't. They didn't give him justice. But guess what? The next Vegeta will have something for us. Majin Vegeta, S tier. Why do I... Okay, that might sound crazy, but it's not. You really have to look at what makes this character unique. Believe it or not, they had to nerf this character because of how good he actually was. This character was one of these secret S tiers, in my opinion. But the only reason why I'm saying he is a S tier is because of his ult. If you do both his buffs, right, and his ult, look at the damage you're going to do. Look at this. Watch this. 28,000. He has the second strongest ultimate damage in the game. DBS based Vegeta, B tier for sure. B tier. It's not a C tier because he's not weak. Sure, he might seem a little weak, but he's not. He's actually better than y'all think. He's just average. I'm going to tell you like it is. He's average. He has decent damage. He got good follow-ups, good combos. He's easy to learn. He's just, the thing is, he's definitely not as good as the DBS base Goku, in my opinion, because, you know, he doesn't have a, unblockable ultimate. So, yeah, B tier for sure. DBS Super Saiyan Vegeta, B tier still. So the thing is about this transformation is more in the fact that it's like, it doesn't really, it's unique, but it's not like in a really good unique. Like, it's decent. Sure, he goes up in damage and he has some of these moves, but you can miss with these moves a lot, in my opinion. Sometimes these moves don't even be doing the numbers that I'm showing you. They be very inconsistent. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you like it is. DBS Super Saiyan Vegeta he's a B tier. He's a B tier. But he's like not bad though. I'm not gonna say he's bad. He's definitely not, because he got the instant spark with the buffs too. Like, I'll give him that. I'll give him his credit. So he's a high B tier, okay? And then you got the ultimate that does 20,000. He's pretty consistent. All right, DBS Super Saiyan God Vegeta is a tier. Now, let me actually justify why. Explosive Wave, Saiyan Spirit. He has a unique move. It's called God Shine. I just did it. That move right there can catch a lot of people off guard. Then he has his Rush move, what you can put into God Shine. Sorry, but he's an A tier in my opinion, and his ultimate does 20,000. I'm sorry, but dude is a tier. Super Saiyan God. Now, is he better than the Goku one? I don't know. I think he is, but I don't know. I really don't. Okay, DBS Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the strongest ultimate character in the game, as in like ultimate damage wise, S tier. Just because of that one thing. And the fact that he has infinite Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, sorry, S tier. The fact that he has a Gamma Burst Flash that only costs 2 key bars, sorry, S tier. This character is a S tier character. His grab is amazing. His combos are, I'm sorry, but dude is a S tier character. Like, you can't talk me out of how, yeah, he probably is the top 3 S tier characters in the game. That might sound crazy, but if you have to put in ultimate, 31,000. If you have to put in ultimate damage, bro, I'm sorry, but Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is the strongest, S tier. GT Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, B tier. See, the problem is with him, he is actually really strong. But there's nothing really that good about him though. His ultimate is really what makes him stand out. Like, if y'all be seeing the videos, bro, this character is not that good. I'm sorry. He's not. They kind of did him in the wrong way. They should have made him better. And I don't even know how they would have made him better. They just should have. Like he's just B tier. He just it's written all over him. Yeah, he does 22,000 damage, but no, I'm sorry, B tier. He's not that good. I believe this is one of the strongest kid characters in the game, Gohan Kid, but he's a B tier, a strong B tier in my opinion. Actually, not strongest kid characters. He's just one of the best in my opinion. Because the ult he gets with the Insta Spark and the fact that he actually has different types of moves. I'm sorry. And he is an after image strike. This is a very well done, put together character. Y'all might not see it, but he really is put together. The thing is, they just give him that little beam scatter thing. It kind of messes up his value. If they just gave him another rush move as a normal super attack, bro, I'm sorry, but this would have been a beast of a character, man. This is why this kid Gohan's actually way better than I thought he was. Dude does about 19,000 damage almost. C tier, teen base Gohan. Yes, I'm telling you, kid Gohan's better than him. He's not that good. Like, he's alright, but he's not, nothing doesn't stand out about him. A full power charge, I believe that's a wireless sense. Sure, he has decent moves, but meh, let's get real here. People don't play him for his base form. I'm sorry, they don't. There we go. Now here is something that steps up. So the thing is, Teen Super Saiyan Gohan is actually decent in my opinion. It's decent. Like, he's not bad at all. Like, I'll give him his flowers. He's actually decent. I'll play him. It's just more the fact that there's nothing more to him to a point. But here's the thing. They did the character right. He's still a standard B tier though. They did the character right. He is lore accurate to the point where I just be like, yeah, this is just it, you know? Nothing more. No buffs, no nothing. Just this. I still got Kid Gohan over him. Crazy. Gohan Teen Super Saiyan 2. S tier. I'm telling y'all don't know what makes a unique character. And this is one of the unique characters in my opinion. So it's not even his moves that make him that strong. It's just one move. It's his father's son Kamehameha that makes him a S tier character with his buffs. Because that alone, this right here, let me tell you something. Number one, this hits 41 times if you hit it, and it's unblockable. People say this is the most underrated. This is a overrated Gohan. I'm sorry, but he's not. This character puts in the work. He's dummy strong. He is dummy strong, bro. That ultimate is not a lie. I don't understand why people think this character is like overrated. He's actually very powerful. Like, what? Like, give him a shot. You will not be disappointed, in my opinion. Like, what? Seriously. Now for our C tier is a adult base Gohan. C tier, I'm sorry. He is not that good. He's kind of like teen Gohan, honestly, C tier. I don't even know who's better. I'm not gonna hold you. I think the C tier, the C tier teen Gohan is better than the adult base Gohan. That might sound fucked up, but I'm sorry. I think I do. I think he is. Because adult, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, all of y'all adult Gohan mains out there, y'all are really gonna hate me by the end of this video. Possibly. Okay, Gohan Adult Super Saiyan is a B tier. See, at least he goes up in damage. What makes this character a B tier, honestly, though, is not the fact that he goes up in damage or anything. It's actually the fact that he has an unblockable ultimate. That is it. If he didn't have the bros Kamehameha, he'll be cooked. He'll still be in the C tier. I'm not gonna hold you. Because there's nothing else that stands out about this character. That one thing makes him stand out. And it's unblockable. It's like, so it kind of gets him by, in a way. But he's still weak. Gohan Adult Super Saiyan 2 B tier. I see a lot of people use this version of Gohan, and he's actually good. The problem is, he still has terrible moves, in my opinion. Like that one move right there, that little short range Masenko or whatever. I'm sorry, but that's not that good. It's not that good, bro. I'm sorry. It's not. 12,000 is not cutting it, buddy. But I will say this about this character. He can do the movement tech where you can vanish around when you're dragon dashing in your sparking mode. So I guess that's a plus for this character. A secret plus at least. But sorry, he's a B tier. Adult Great Saiyaman Gohan B tier. I mean, do I really have to explain why? Now, am I saying he's bad? Of course not. He's not bad. Believe it or not, I could rock this character. He has a super explosive wave. He has buffs. He has 2 rush moves, which is actually pretty good. Shoot, in my opinion, this is the second best version of Gohan in the adult Gohan transformations, in my opinion. Like, shoot. This character is like he's decent. His transformation is actually decent. It's not bad. He's just a B tier, a standard B tier. Like, he's not bad, but he's not really that good. So he's right there in the middle, you know? I'm not trying to insult y'all too, but yeah. Now this is where I know the comment section is gonna hate me. Ultimate Gohan, in my opinion, out of everything I've seen, is a A tier. He would have been an S tier if they just gave him some buffs. I am sorry. There's people on YouTube that say this is the strongest non-fused character. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is definitely not the... I'm sorry, but no. He is... For Ultimate Gohan, they made him weak. I'm sorry. Like, they should have made him better. He should have been stronger than the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, in my opinion. He's not even better than him. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. There's no getting out the fact that bro's A tier. Okay, Future Gohan Base, B tier. See, what makes him an actual B tier, though, is on the fact that he just has a bunch of key moves. But here's the thing. His key moves kind of like chain together that make him good. That's how I see that, you know? So Future Gohan Base is actually pretty incredible. Like, it's not bad, though. It's actually a good base to be in. Out of all the Saiyans, he actually has one of the good ones, in my opinion. Well, Future Gohan Super Saiyan, A tier, no doubt. He's right there, right next to Ultimate Gohan. The only difference is he actually gets buffs, so it makes him stronger than Ultimate Gohan in some sort, in my opinion. Now, this special beam cannon, I'm gonna tell you like it is, the 17,000 at max. The problem is with this move, though, is that nobody's not gonna fully stand there and let you charge that up unless they don't know how to get out key sickness. That's the truth. What makes this character stands out the most, honestly, is that he can't get in the what do you call it, like clashes, certain clashes. So believe it or not, you can get out of most clashes with this character. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so the first Piccolo, as in like Raditz Saga and like in Namek Saga, is C tier. The problem is with him, he gets the auto spark and everything, but let's get real here. He's weak. The only reason why I am actually making him better, putting him higher on the list than Z early Vegeta, Z early Goku. When I Z early Vegeta, I mean Scouter Goku, Scouter Vegeta and Z early Goku, is because he actually gets an auto spark and actually have more, let's say, more variety. Okay. But Goku does have just as much variety, so it's still C tier. B tier, sorry. Piccolo fused with Kami, he is a B tier. Like, False Courage is already good enough for me to put him on because he actually has a good buff defense at that. And he gets a decent damage increase. Even though his moves are like still kind of off, he's still way better than the normal Piccolo. He's just a B tier. Hell Zone Grenade actually does decent damage in my opinion. Let's see. 17,000. That's not bad. B tier. Pretty good. Now, B tier. I'm not going to hold you. He is definitely... How do I explain this? He might just be better than the fuse with Kami Piccolo. If you look at it. Because he actually gets the instant spark. He gets the super explosive wave if somebody gets too close or you catch him off guard. Sorry, but he might actually be better. And two, he has more of a basic set. He doesn't have to sit back and actually do some weird shit to win. He's just a little weaker. Krillin, B tier. Out of all the humans, he is the most, I'm not going to say basic. but he's definitely just like, he's not that good, but he's not bad either. Krillin's actually really good though. He got the after image strike. He got the solar flare. I'm sorry, but this is a B tier character that have A tier potential. And he got the unblockable destructible disc. Sorry, but believe it or not, if you get hit by this, you might be cooked. Because if somebody can really chain you off of that and it's unblockable, he can really get you good. Even if it's weak, it's unblockable. So yeah. Yamcha, B tier. So Yamcha might be the strongest, the second strongest, the third strongest human in the game, believe it or not. Like, I have done my research, but his auto spark with all those buffs, bro, makes him actually really good. I went against one Yamcha, I regretted it. That shit was tragic, bro. He almost got me. And I was using Raditz, but still, dude, I'm sorry, Yamcha is actually way better than I thought he would be. He is B tier potential. He's truly B tier between A tier potential. And the Spirit Ball, right? One thing about the Spirit Ball, sometimes that can go through other people's ults. Believe it or not, he could actually be an A tier. That might sound crazy, but he could. TN, A tier. Just because of one thing. Just because of one move, it makes him an A tier. And the move I am going to tell you is definitely, that move. I didn't do it right. I didn't do the ultimate. Now I'm going to do the ultimate. And I'm going to spam the ultimate. I think I get it wrong this time. Yep. You can spam that. It'll waste his health, but that move does 21,000 if you do all of it right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's an A tier character. That's an A tier character in hiding. That's an A tier character. Sorry, TN's scary. Finally, off to the last basically character, Future Trunks base B tier. So, don't get me wrong. He might be one of the best base Saiyans. Don't get me wrong. Because he gets all those buffs in the auto spark. The problem is if he just got a fucking rush move, bro. He would be so good. He would have already been A tier. And the one thing about Future Trunks, actually, it's about more of his Super Saiyan form, what's going to lead to this decision I made. Future Trunks Super Saiyan is A tier. Now, he gets an auto spark, he gets an explosive wave that only has one buff, and that's a key buff. But wait a minute, he doesn't really do that much damage. Well, I'm happy that you pointed that out. Believe it or not, what makes this character an A tier, believe it or not, is the unique trait. When you're in a Vanish War, right? He can get out the Vanish War. All you have to do is sidestep. He has that incredible unique trait, just to sidestep out of a Vanish War. That's what makes him a A tier. He could be a secret S tier, but I'm not going to push that because he doesn't do like over 20,000. But nonetheless, though, I will say that will be just about the end of the video. I hope you love this tier list. I am not done. I am doing every character. I just didn't want to put everybody in one video because that would have drive me insane. So I'm going to put it in parts, like at least 4 parts. I already did like over 50 characters. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me who did I get right in the tier list. What's your tier list? Tell me your tier list of this list, okay? Like all the characters I did, tell me your tier list. And then I will rate it. I will rate it from 1 through 10. I will rate it. So let's get going. Tell me how your day is. Tell me something. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Saiyan Armor Base Trunks. Definitely D tier. Or they just call him Melee Trunks or whatever. Doesn't really matter. He's D tier. He sucks in my opinion. He is worse in my opinion. Worse than Z early Goku. In my opinion, like he's just bad. There's no real redeeming qualities about this character whatsoever. Honestly, nothing. Like he's not good. He's not good. He doesn't even do more damage than the Z earlies. Okay, now we're finally talking. Trunks Super Saiyan B tier. That's a big jump from D tier. Yes, this character does damage. He gets buffs. He has a good explosive wave. Even though early, base Trunks did have an explosive wave, that was not helping him.
He actually has a good rush move. He had rush moves and key moves, but they weren't really that good or anything that stood out as good. So yeah, I'm going to give him the B tier. Believe it or not, this is one of the most underrated Trunks in the game. So yeah, I will say that. He's definitely liked. Yeah, I'm going to say he just is the underrated Trunks in the game. This Super Saiyan, because he's good. He could have been A tier if they just gave him more. Yeah, and this is kind of where he goes back down a little bit. I'm going to give him C tier for Super Saiyan Grade 3 Trunks Melee. See, the thing is, he gets a Auto Spark, and maybe some buffs with the Auto Spark and Explosive Wave, but he's still not that good. Number one, he's slower, and some of his attacks actually go down. If you actually look at his skill graph, like, you know, his little skill tree or stats tree, it looks terrible. Like, I'm telling you, bro, you're better off just using the normal Super Saiyan. Don't go this far. Trunks DBS base, C tier. So it's not really bad. And he has an unblockable that comes from his original Z Future Trunks form. His base form, but it's very weak, but it's unblockable nonetheless. He has a solar flare, so I'm gonna give him a C tier. If he was just slightly better, he could have been B, but I'll just give him a C tier for the hell of it on that part. It's just the fact that he's just not he's not all that, bro. He's not all that. But we're about to get a mean increase. DBS Super Saiyan Trunks, A tier. No doubt in my mind. See, okay, he lacks the rush moves or the unblockables that he just had technically. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't think none of that really matters to the point of what he actually can do. Dude has an Explosive Wave. He has an Instant Spark that gives basically every buff in the game. That's very helpful for the long range, for a long going fight. For you to have defense and key and all that. He does about 17,000 damage in my opinion with this sort of hope. So that's a decent amount of damage for you. So that's like A tier material in my opinion. So yeah. Kid Trunks base, D tier. I mean, it's a kid. Come on guys. He is not going to be good. He's like, the thing is, I'm not gonna give him no like trash either. These are kid characters. Their stats are meant to be low, guys. So yeah, I'm not giving him no crap. The only thing that makes this character good is actually he has 3 bars of health. That's really it. There's a lot of characters like him that don't even get 3 bars of health. So yeah. Okay, now this is a very good. Alright. Kid Trunks Super Saiyan is a B tier in my opinion. With the Instant Spark within the buffs and some good moves actually. I'm sorry, but dude is actually really good. Like, I don't think y'all know how good Kid Trunks Super Saiyan is because he's actually good. Like, you can hold your own with this character, man. Then you got his own ultimate that does a good 15,000. Just about. So yeah, he's good. So Goten base, same thing like Kid Trunks base, but worse in my opinion. D tier. See, the reason why it's worse is because he actually doesn't have no substance behind his real base. Like, at least with Kid Trunks, he had actual good moves. The only real good move he has in his kit and base, in my opinion, is his ultimate. Charge does 7,000 damage, and that's a real move, but come on. Like, no. I'd rather you just go right into Super Saiyan. 12,000. That's not bad. He's just a kid character, so it makes sense. Now, his Super Saiyan is C tier. The reason why it's not B tier is because, like I said earlier, it's kind of still on that mess side, you know? But at least he does go up, and he is more serious. He has way better moves. He's more serious. You can actually play this character, bro. If you play Goten base, you're just a troll, I believe. But yeah, he's C tier material, and he has one of the good looking ultimates in the game, where they went against Bio Broly, so that's a plus. That is a huge plus, you know? So yeah. Super Saiyan Goten is C tier in my opinion, for sure. Goten's base is C tier. Okay, let me explain something. The reason why he's not a B tier base is actually because of one reason. And the reason is because of that debuff he gets. See, I just did it. Look, he gets 2 debuffs when he's supposed to be buff. Like, hell no. He gets 2 nerfs. That's a C tier character, bro. The only thing that makes him stand out from all the other child characters is the fact that he's a fusion and he gets 1 extra health bar. If he didn't get none of that stuff, I wouldn't have tell the difference from him than half of them. I'm sorry. But don't get me wrong, he's good. It's just, they should have never did that little nerf thing, bro. No blue buffs. He's strong though. Okay, Goten Super Saiyan is a different and a big increase. Different story and a big increase. He is a A tier for sure. See, one thing about this character I really love is the fact that he doesn't just rely on 1 buff. That's number 1. And the number 2 thing is he has 2 unblockable moves. The first one is the best one, and that's Galactic Donut. Even though it does 11,000 damage, it's really good. Really good. It's hard for people to time out of that. Then you got your Kamikaze Ghost that does a lot of damage, actually. So he's an A tier. He's for sure an A tier. Learn how to play this character and you'll be whooping some ass, bro. It ain't no doubt. His Super Saiyan 3 is surprisingly not that good. Sure, it does damage, but it's not that good compared to his Super Saiyan. It's a B tier, strong B tier. I'm gonna say B plus, like a B plus in my opinion. He's just not as good as his Super Saiyan, bro. Like he gets some buffs. He gets a Vice Shout, as in like a paralyzed kind of. But other than that, he's not that good. Like he's just not. Like no, I'm not gonna say he's not good. He actually is good. It's just the fact that there's no special traits that make him onto that E tier level. Except for him just being Super Saiyan 3 in the fusion in the extra blue health bar. That is it. So yeah. So B tier. Vegito base is a B tier, no doubt. He's not A tier because nothing really doesn't make him truly stand out. Like sure, he gets the extra health bar. But nonetheless, he's a B tier. He's a strong B tier. He is like the best B tier in the game, probably. I'm gonna say right now. He could have been A tier if he just had more to him. Just a little bit more, maybe a little bit more damage or something, but he's a strong B tier, so yeah. Vegito Super Saiyan, S tier. Yeah, I know, that's a dramatic push, but let's get real here. Even though with the patch and everything, the reality is this is an S tier character. It's not about his damage, it's about his uniqueness. Just because his after image strike and how powerful the character is, and actually how well done, how well this character works. And sorry, I gotta say S tier in my opinion. This is one of those characters you just can't deny. Like sure, you can argue A tier, S tier with this character all day, but I'm just gonna keep saying S tier. Especially for his early strong start. I'm sorry, there's no denying that. Dude is just a monster. Vegito Super Saiyan Blue, S tier. Y'all already knew. I think y'all already knew this. He was an S tier before. The moment he got in the game, nobody didn't even have to try him out, and he was an S tier. I'm sorry. Like, bro, his moves are strong. He's good. He's fast. He has a full power charge that keeps him going in a fight forever. S tier. S tier. He has a beautiful ultimate and a strong ass ultimate. Does about 20,000 damage. I'm sorry, but Vegito is just that guy, bro. He's a dog. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and Super Vegito are S tiers. There's no change in my mind on that either. You just can't change my mind on that. I'm sorry, but S tier Vegitos. People really be sleeping on this character. Gogeta is an A tier. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even gonna say sorry for that one, but bro is an A tier in my opinion. He does decent damage with both of his buffs. He has defense. He has key moves. He got an instantaneous move. How is this character trash? He's easy to learn. A tier. Now he would have been S tier if he just had more to him, like possibly like an instant spark with the buffs. Then that would have put him on S tier level. But nah, he's an A tier though in my mind. Like I can't put him in a B tier category. I'm sorry, I just can't. Z Gogeta is actually tough as hell. And if y'all disagree, that's on y'all, but he's A tier. Okay, this might sound crazy, but Gogeta base is an A tier. Yeah, okay. If Vegito fans, just listen to me, okay? This character gets an instant spark with all the buffs in the game. He gets a super explosion wave that does about 12 to 13,000 damage. Now I'm about to see 13,000. I'm sorry. Just in his base form, he's wildly powerful because of that instant spark with all the bait. Like, bro, he is his own. This dude, like, bro, I'm sorry, but he's just too powerful in my opinion. Okay, Gogeta Super Saiyan A tier. Yeah, he doesn't really go up at all. Like, he kind of goes down, but I'm not going to say he's a B tier, though. He's just more or less like an A tier that kind of got his moves switched around. That's what this character is right here. Because I had thought about it, and I was contemplating, I was like, I feel like his base form gives more to offer, but it's like, I can't take it away because he still does good stuff. The instant transmission, the finish sign, the ultimate, the chargeable Kamehameha. So, in my opinion, he is a A tier. Problem, but a low A tier at that. I feel like he actually goes lower than his base form. But if you want to use the Super Saiyan, go for it. His Super Saiyan is really good. You can wreck a lot of people with this Super Saiyan form, I admit. It's actually one of the good Super Saiyan forms. It's just the fact that he could have been better. He could have been better, but nonetheless, I could say the same thing for his Super Saiyan Blue form though. But you thought I would keep him at the A tier though. No, his Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is actually an S tier potential. Why? I think a lot of y'all will understand that Stardust Breaker, Stardust Barrier, or whatever it's called, that's all I needed to see in a patch for it to make him one of the most defensive characters in the game right now. His defense now is top tier. That right there. People can spam that in this right here. That does 5,000 damage. Hold it, hold still, and you will hit a 5,000 damage key move off a key blast. Sorry, bro. He's an S tier, in my opinion. Even though he is the weakest fusion, one of the weakest, he's still S tier. Now for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, he's an S tier, no doubt. He's one of the strongest, or probably the strongest character in the game. Just off of base stats, in my opinion. Base stats. The keyword is base stats. So without, like, you know, his instant spark and stuff, you know, dude is just right there, right next to MUI Goku, UI Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and like Super Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, like S tier all day. But Dell is D tier. See, but here's the thing, she is like a D plus. She's a D plus in my opinion. Like, the thing that makes her actually good is her auto spark and her after image strike. She actually is better than she seems. The problem is she's just very weak. If she just had a little more damage to her, she would have been a C tier in my opinion. But that, it's fine though. It's fine because this is just lore accurate. Videl is not supposed to be powerful. She's just supposed to be talented at natural fighting. And that's what she is, D tier. Master Roshi, he's a B tier. His base form is B tier potential. See, people don't understand something, but he's actually way better than he seems. It's not because of the fighting, it's actually because of these two moves I'm about to use. It's this move, this is unblockable. And watch how much this move does. I think boosted too. That's like 6,000 right there. Watch, boom. That's almost 7,000 damage right there. That's pretty good for him. Then you got the little jar move, evil containment wave. Yep. Unblockables, bro. He has 2 unblockables and that one does 15,000. B tier. Now Roshi full power is still B tier, but I think the thing is, the reason why I'm gonna give him B tier is because his buff. And the fact that you just can box with this character. You can box with this character and actually do something. He's just not gonna do as much damage, but he's good. He's a good character, I admit. He's good. It's just more the fact that people don't really use this form. They use him, they start off in this form, then they untransform for the extra health bar, which is smart. So I give him B tier just because of that extra health bar mainly. So yeah, I'll keep it to you like that. And this ult takes so long. So if you want to do a key clash, you better be the first one doing the key clash, okay? So initiate it first like that. So yeah. And he has a weaker ult, sadly enough. But as well as B tier. Okay, now for Frieza first form, C tier. It's really his buff that turns me off. Yeah, see, you see that blue buff, the little the key nerf? Yeah, I don't like that stuff. All that stuff ruins a character. I'm gonna tell you like it is. It's not about lore accurate. I've never seen him not charge and still be okay. Like, I don't know what that shit is about, really. So he's just a standard C tier to me, honestly. He could have been better. They could have made him better, but it's only his first form. His second form is still C tier. I'm sorry, he doesn't really get good until like his final form, in my opinion. His final form makes him actually good, in my opinion. Oh my goodness. Nah, his second form is not. It's just, I'm sorry guys. No, I don't care how many buffs they give him. I don't care, but he's not. The second form Frieza is not solid, bro. I mean, he's solid, but not B tier worthy. Third form is B tier worthy, finally. Because it just damage increased by just a little bit, sadly enough. In actual buffs, in moves, in having a balance of diverse moves. That's it, actually. That's the only reason. There is no other reason. I'm sorry, but watching Z Frieza transforming, bro, and he's just like barely doing that much is pissing me off. Like, honestly, he's just B tier potential. His third form is decent, okay? Just his third form actually kind of cuts through like my, standards. His final form is B tier. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not like a low B tier, though. He's like a high B tier. He's one of the good B tiers, okay? I'll tell y'all that. Because of the auto spark and the fact his moves actually do something. In my opinion, it's pretty good. And his key blasts are death beams. So I'll just say a strong B tier. He's a strong B tier. He's a good one. They could have just made him a little better, gave him some buffs, but I understand why they didn't do that, because it's only final form Frieza. It's only final form Frieza, so it's high. They could have just, whatever. This is going to be very controversial, but I think Frieza 100% is S tier because of 2 reasons. Because he has 2 unblockable moves that do so much and don't take that much ki. That is why. He is the most unavoidable spammy character you can go against in the game. So I have to give him the S tier. But here's the thing. He is the lowest S tier on the list now, because of his damage on his ult and his damage in general. If he had more damage, he would have been higher S tier. Mecha Frieza is C tier. Just garbage. Straight garbage. There is no redeeming true. See, the thing is, not D tier because actual decent damage and decent buffs and a unique key move. But nonetheless, stats are actually decent for a C tier though. But he's one of the low C tiers though. He's just not that good, in my opinion. He is not that good. Could have been better. Honestly, they kind of screwed this character over. DBS Frieza is a B tier, a strong B tier. Like, I really like this character too. Like, but here's the thing: just because I like a character really doesn't mean that I put him at A tier, S tier. This is like B tier. That's unblockable, by the way. So that makes him unique, believe it or not. He's actually strong. Like this, in my opinion. He's one of the strongest. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to that with the Supernova too. Yeah, I'm gonna say B tier. Nothing more. I'm just like, there's really nothing I can say about this character except for just saying he's good. Golden Frieza is an A tier. Okay, hands down. Now, why is he not an S tier? They didn't give him no buffs. They gave him a trash move, kinda. That move right there I just used. That move could have been better. They should have made it do more damage just in case if it missed more. Just saying, in my opinion. They kind of gave him a trash move, so everybody who uses Golden Frieza only uses one move, and that's No Hard Feelings in the Ultimate. So this is a S tier character that was ruined because of one thing. A move. It is sad, bro. Ruined by one character. I mean, one move. A tier. Imperfect Cell is B tier. Yeah, I know. Why so high? Well, number one, as I found out, you can actually get health back with his moves. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell you like it is. That's B tier potential. And his moves actually do decent damage for what it is. For his stats and the fact that he can gain back health, yeah, he's B tier. B tier. I can't give him A tier because that means he would have more unique traits about him, but his only unique traits is the fact that he can actually get health back. So we're gonna keep it like that for now. But yeah, Imperfect Cell's alright though. I'm sorry guys, but C tier for Semi-Perfect Cell. They could have done this character way better, in my opinion. And honestly, I actually don't have a problem with the character at first. It's really his ult. His ultimate got me so fucked up, actually. Like, yeah, I get that he blows himself up in Semi-Perfect Cell form, but they could have done something more with that, bro. I don't know. Like, they could have actually, like, I don't know, after when he blows himself up, they could have gave him permanent buffs or something. You know, I'm just saying something more fair for him, for the character, because they did this character dirty, y'all. I don't even know if this is unblockable or not. I don't really care. I think it is unblockable, but still, yo. And it does so little damage. You're gonna do all that, get your health to literally 1%. Look at that. 14,000 for that? Hell no, C tier. Perfect Cell is a B tier, a strong B tier. Now, is he better than Imperfect Cell though? That's the question. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I really don't. Like, you get okay, I'll tell you like this. How about this? You get more benefits in being Imperfect Cell than Perfect Cell. But if you actually want more of a skill set and like a fighting set, then be Perfect Cell. How about that? That makes sense. So I'm gonna have them tied. Benefits versus fighting. As in, like, you just want to throw hands, Perfect Cell. If you want to cheese, Imperfect Cell. So yeah, B tier. Super Perfect Cell, this might be a stretch, but I'm gonna put him in the A tier category. Just because how well this character is. Like, sure, he doesn't do that much damage, but the fact that he has an instant transmission with a wild sense and in the fact that his moves go together so well, I'm gonna give him A tier. And he's fast too, really fast. He's one of the fast fighters in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna say Super Perfect Cell is a tier character on standard. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. Cell Jr. is a D tier. There's nothing really that special about him. Sure, he's decent, but yeah, don't worry about the extra health bar. That's the little reflect items. I forgot to put them off, so whatever. I just want to let y'all know, this is from the first video I made of the tier list. I made a big mistake. I didn't even think about it as much, but it's about Z Early Goku, all right? Whoever's seeing that and seeing this video, please forgive me. He, in my opinion now, as I started playing him, he is now a low B tier. Low B tier, okay? Alright, for Majin Buu is C tier. Majin Buu is good, but he's not like good. Like, I don't know. He kind of has that in-between type vibe with me. Like, how do I explain this? He has decent moves, decent damage. He has an explosion wave that actually does good damage, but there's really nothing special about him that really makes him good, in my opinion. He's pretty weak, believe it or not. A base form Saiyan, any base form Saiyan can really outclass this guy, like, pretty easily. So, I can't give him anything. I really can't. So I had to give him C tier, in my opinion. He's a C tier character. Evil Buu, same thing, C tier. The only main difference is that he actually has more of a variety than Majin Buu, like good Buu. It's just the fact that, like I said, there's really nothing that special about them. These two guys are just not that good, really. So I wouldn't even really play these guys. I say, just move forward with your day, play somebody else. This is a C tier character. If you want to, go for it, but not really worth it. It's not. Just not worth it at all. C tier. Super Buu, B tier. Now finally we get to a good character actually. Now I was thinking about putting him in an A tier, but it seems a little too good to be true. So I had to put him in he's a high B tier though. So what makes him a high B tier is actually because of his ult, his unblockable, and his regeneration. Believe it or not, he's just a really good character. Like, honestly, he's one of the best Majin Buus. Like, one of the best. This Super Buu, by the way. This ultimate does shitload of damage, bro. If they gave him a buff, no doubt in my mind, this might have been the strongest ultimate in the game. Like, bro, look how much this does. 24,000 is ridiculous, guys. B tier for sure. Bootinks is an A tier character. A tier. I was thinking about making him an S tier, but if he just did more damage, he would have been S tier. But A tier is just fine. A tier is perfect for this type of character. People usually don't even use Buuhan or Super Buu. They just go right into Bootinks because it's regeneration and unblockable. That's really it. Just because of this one move, it changes the whole game for this character. Even though it does 10,000 and not like 15 or 13, he's really good. And he has an explosive wave too. Sorry. Good character with the regeneration and the Galactic Donut Valley. Yeah, I got it. I'll give it to him. I'll give him the respect he deserves. He is a tier character. Buuhan is A tier too. Even though you can't regen with this character, you actually got to really think about it. He has 2 unblockables. He has high tension and after image, which makes him really good. Sure, he might not do crazy ass damage, but he's really well. Actually, fuck what I just said. Dude just did 14,000 with a fully charged Kamehameha. And he's a Buu Saga character. I mean, Buu Saga characters are not actually as strong as you think. It's about how good they are, as in in variety of skill set. And the fact that he's doing all this damage with one buff is actually kind of crazy to me. So he's an A tier. And he has 2 unblockables. So he has the Candy Beam and he has this move. This move right here does a decent load of damage. I think it's 18,000. Let's check. 20,000. Yeah, A tier. Kid Buu is an A tier character too. There's no doubt in my mind. See, the thing about Kid Buu is actually not about his damage or even about his moves. It's actually the way how he fights, in my opinion. Sure, he gets an instant transmission in a regeneration. It's called sleep. I wish they actually just gave him regeneration, but sleep is more accurate. He's actually really good though. What makes him really good is the fact that you don't really know what he's going to do next. He's one of the few fighters in the game where it's just so unpredictable for me. So he's an A tier. He could have been S tier if he did more damage or just had a buff. But A tier is good enough for a character like this, trust me. I don't know if he's hitting me up or down. Or sideways, bro. Because of the way how he fights. So yeah, Kid Buu is A tier for me. Hercule is D tier. But the thing is, Hercule is a real strong. He's a good D tier. He's not a bad D tier. What I mean by that is like, even though he has, this is an RNG move, by the way. Dynamite Kick is an RNG move. There's a chance with all those buffs and everything, believe it or not, he's pretty busted for being a D tier. Like, yeah, I'll probably be like, oh, what are you talking about? Trust me, it's way better character than you think he is. He's way worth it than you think. Like, he's actually stronger than you think. Especially, he's more of a spammable character too. You don't use this character in a normal, hey, I'm throwing hands. No, spam with him. This is the only character that you get the exception of spamming with. That any character. His ultimate does about 13,000 damage too, so it's like, yeah, I gotta give it to him. He's way better than you would think. D tier Hercule, but high D tier. Chaozu is D tier too, but he's one of those good D tiers too. The thing is, he just freaks the hell out of me. Like, bro, he has good damage though. He's stronger than Mr. Hercule, I think. I mean, Hercule or Mr. Satan, whatever you want to call him, he's stronger than him. Just by a bit. At least he can actually fly, so yeah. Then you got the war cry, and he blows himself up. And I'm gonna say D tier. He's just D tier material. He could be entering C tier just a little bit, possibly, maybe. No, but I got Chaozu for D tier for sure. Yajirobe is B tier, even though he is one of those, like, he kind of seems like a D tier character. He's not. He's way stronger than he seems. Actually, believe it or not, I could have put him higher. I could have made him an A tier, personally. I really could have. But the thing is, they did give him that nerf. And if they didn't give him that nerf, he would definitely been an A tier. The nerf was the Senzu Bean nerf, where it takes more counts for him to use Senzu Bean because it's the fastest heal. He gets the fastest healing in the game, bro. Like, what? That's what carries him, is that Senzu Bean. And the fact that you got a auto spark with buffs, bro, and it buffs all his moves technically. I'm sorry, but in a way, he got it. Because remember, Yajirobe don't use ki. Pan is a C tier. Now, don't get me wrong though. Pan's nice though. Pan is nice with the after image strike and the Saiyan spirit. She's nice. She just doesn't do enough for me. That might sound crazy, but she just doesn't do enough for me. If she just did more as a character, she would have been higher on this list. Like, if she was just a little bit stronger, just a little peep stronger, she would have been hitting B tier because she's nice. She's stronger than her mother. She's stronger than Videl. Because Videl's moves do about 6,000, 7,000 each. Her ultimate does like, I don't know, like 10,000. And Pan's does like 14,000 almost. Oob is A tier. See, one thing that makes Oob very special, you know this auto spark? That auto spark right there, right? He doesn't even need that auto spark. If you charge up completely, right, the character is already prone to have all the buffs when he's in sparking mode. That's how strong Oob is. See, I was testing it because I said, wait a minute. Do I get all the buffs when I'm fully charged, or does the buffs just show up when I auto spark? Instant spark or auto spark doesn't really matter. See, look, I just charged up fully, all the buffs showed up. That's what makes him an A tier, believe it or not. Buffs show up when he's in sparking mode. That's what makes him very special, in my opinion. So he's always scaling, bro. He's always meeting the challenge, bro. He's just a good ass character. So it makes him dangerous in his base form. Maju, A tier. So I'm not gonna say that he's better in his transformation, but I will say he's more unique in his transformation. I will say that because his moves are stronger. I'll say that he's stronger in this form, no doubt in that, no doubt in my mind. And he's more unique. He has unblockable. He has moves that can really get you off your guard. So I'm gonna say A tier. Just worry about how you use this character though. If you don't use him right, he's not gonna feel like an A tier. He's gonna feel like a low B tier. But trust me, this is an A tier potential character. You just have to really know what you're doing to actually play this character. But yeah, Maj Oob is just he's pretty good. I used him, and I never did a video on him, but he's good. I'm gonna give him A tier, just for the hell of it on that one. Bardock is, this is the only few characters that I'm going to push for S tier. Because of one thing. Because of his goddamn one ability. Shockwave of Rebellion. This saves lives, bro. It's an explosive wave. It's an explosive wave with an insta spark. And he has Sand Spirit to get more damage. I'm sorry. I don't care how weak this character is to y'all, but this is a very high potential character you can use in a lot of scenarios and win a lot of games with. I used Bardock and I was whooping ass, bro. They nerfed him, but he's still really good in my eyes. S tier. Raditz is a B tier, no doubt in my mind. Raditz is one of those characters, believe it or not, that is just good in every Dragon Ball game in some sort of way, and this is not an exception. He's good in this game. People don't use him enough, but he's really good. He has the what do you call it? He has the my bad. Insta Spark with the buffs. He has good attack. For a character who just started in Dragon Ball Z and dies within Dragon Ball Z, this character is actually pretty fire. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. 15,000. He does more than his father. D tier, Cyberman. Yeah, Cyberman, D tier. No, why do I even have to explain myself? It's a Cyberman, guys. I mean, I'm not saying you can't use a Cyberman to beat a S tier or even a Z tier or a God tier or whatever, however you want to put it. But guys, it's a Cyberman, bro. He has some of the worst stats in the game. Like, bro, shit, fucking Mr. Satan can beat his ass, in my opinion, if you know what you're doing. He's not all that. He really isn't. Nappa. So, the thing about Nappa that I don't like is how many nerfs he get in his buffs. So it makes him a D tier. He's a C tier character with D tier. No, he's a D tier character with C tier potential. If they just didn't give him all those damn debuffs on some of his skills, he would have been cool and he would have been a strong C tier. But he's not. He's the strongest D tier on this list though. Excluding Z early Goku, I said it, he is now a B tier. Zarbon in base is a C tier, okay? Zarbon in base is a C tier. I had to really think about this, but he's not that good. He has the Insta Spark. He's cool. He's decent. Nothing really crazy about him though. Like, he does decent damage for who he is. But yeah, I give him C tier. But he has C tier potential. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. If he was just a little stronger, he could have been B tier. Zarbon full power though is very highly underrated. He's B tier. B tier. He could have been A tier if they gave him more. But you know what? It is perfectly fine. He gets every buff damn near. He got good combos. He got decent damage. Yeah. Nonetheless, Zarbon full power is pretty good actually. And I see people in the comment section talking about this guy like damn near the most in like what your main says about you videos. They'd be like, "Where's Zarbon at? Where's Zarbon at?" I'm like, yeah, part 3, buddy, or part 4. And I'd be like, yeah, I know that Zarbon is actually good. It's just 16,000 damage. Yeah, D tier. Dodoria is a C tier character. The problem is with him is these nerfs. Like I keep telling y'all, these nerfs ruin characters, bro, and I don't think they should. Like, this could have been a way better character. I think that's unblockable, by the way. But Dodoria is just... How do you really explain this? If he just didn't have a nerf, and he was just a little faster, he could have been B tier. But I'm going to place him at the C tier. He's not bad, but meh, So yeah, Dodoria for C tier. Genyu is a S tier. Don't give me that. Just look, switching bodies might be the most broken, most underrated non-talked about thing we talk about is Sparking Zero. This might be the greatest character of all Sparking Zero. You just don't know. Because you don't respect the fact that he can take your body and it's unblockable at any time he wants. So I'm sorry, but Genyu is a guaranteed S tier. He might be the best S tier of all time in Sparking Zero. Like, that might sound crazy, but that's the truth. Because if you can switch bodies with somebody at any time, that makes you S tier. Kui is a D tier. He's garbage, bro. Like, he's garbage, bro. Like, sure, he does damage, but let's get real here. Who the fuck plays Kui, bro? If I catch one of y'all playing Kui, y'all clearly are just bored. Or you just want to do the meme of, Lord Frieza ult. You know? Which is understandable because it's funny. But nah, I'm sorry, but Kui is definitely a D tier. There's no arguing that. If y'all argue, no. Raccoon's a B tier. He's really good in my opinion. Raccoon could have been an A tier, but meh. He just doesn't cut it for me as an A tier character. He's just a B tier. Like, he's just good. Okay, I'll just give Raccoon as like he's just good. Okay. Like, he's actually surprisingly really good. Oh man. Jeez. I'm just looking at this damage. We'll see. 15,000 for, B tier. Birder could have been an A tier. See, he could have been an A tier if he just did more damage, bro. Birder is the second best person on the Ginyu Force, in my opinion, though. Birder is. Because he is the fastest fighter. He is the fastest fighter in the game. So what makes that is, like, he's hard to, like, super counter. He's hard to super counter. And he's hard to predict because of how fast he's moving. You don't even know if he did his third, like, rush chain or anything. He's just whooping your ass because he's that fast. You don't know how far he is in the combo. Shoot, he's fighting so fast, he's only on his first. You might think he's slow, but he puts out so many hits in one go that he is still on his first X or something. Jice is B tier. I mean, Jice is decent, but you know what? Let me give y'all something real quick. All of the Ginyu Force is most likely one S tier, and the rest are basically B tiers. Because the Ginyu Force is nothing to scoff at. They are the greatest. I believe they are the greatest BP battle team of all time because of just having Ginyu and Birder. I'm sorry, there's no denying that to me. Jice is no exception. He's a B tier. He's weaker than Birder, but nonetheless, B tier still because of how good he is. Goto is a C tier, but here's the thing. He's not a sucky C tier. He's good because of all his unblockables. He got so many ways how to, like, beat somebody up and take advantage of them, and, I'm sorry, but he's one of the sneaky C tiers on this list, in my opinion. He's not one of those characters who are just weak. He's a character that can back it up for being weak, of being, like, useful and versatile. King Cold is a C tier. He could have been a B tier if he was just more. Y'all hear me say that word more, and it's just like, he just doesn't spark me as a B tier. Sure, I can whoop somebody's ass as this character, no doubt in my mind, but they just gave him better stuff. The thing is, he barely fought in Dragon Ball, so it's kind of like, what can we really go off of, That's why they gave him this cool ass ult, because we don't even know if he would have done this. It is only 13,000 C tier. Android 16 is B tier, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, I never used an Android 16, but when I go against an Android 16, they are so good. They're not good to the point where I can say they're S or A tier, but I can say that they are brawlers, man. That move right there is unblockable, by the way. Health Flash. Boom. If somebody catches you like that, they caught me a few times like that. I'm over here blocking in his face, and guess what? He did that to me 2 times. I didn't think it was spam. I was just like, yo, I'm over here blocking when I know that he can just get through me. That's on me. I don't know if this is unblockable or not. But just know Android 16 is just B tier material to me. He's B tier. Android 17 is no exception though. He's B tier. Like, he could have been better, but that is fine now. That is fine. Android 17 is just, he's good as he is. Like, if he would have been better than what he is, it wouldn't have made sense to me, because I feel like Android 18 is actually the stronger of the two. Android 17, on the other hand, he just has the better looking ultimate. That's all he got, mainly. I mean, sure, he's good in general, but I'm gonna say B tier. Man. There's one more thing I will say though, is that the Android 17 and Android 18 DP battle team is actually crazy. MVP 17. This might be nostalgia and just the fact that I love this character, but he's S tier in my opinion. He's the best Android in the game besides from Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 now. Because now they're kind of like, but it's whatever. It's not even about damage, it's about how unique they are. This character is one of the few Android characters that actually get a Insta Spark with all the buffs on him. That right there, or he pushes it. And he does damage himself, but I don't care about that. 18,000 damage is amazing for him. Android 18 is an A tier. Oh my gosh, why is she so high? Look, just hear me out, okay? She gets an Insta Spark. She gets an Android barrier. Her Insta Spark gives her buffs. I'm sorry, but there's no denying it. She is way better than people give her credit for. She's way better than her brother. At least not, MVP 17 in my opinion. But that, yeah, she is. A tier, Android 18. Android 19 is a B tier, solid B tier. Like, characters like this is more based off of just how they play. It's more a play style. And his play style is more like D tier. If you know how to like counter or grab, then you got this character at D tier. But if you don't, if you're not consistent, this character is an S tier to you. I'll tell you that right now. It's all about how you counter this character based off the tier. Okay? More how you play him. Like, he does decent damage, and he's not bad at combat. And when you get into sparking, he's actually pretty fast to fight. So I was like, yeah. I'll tell you like it is. He's B tier. B tier. Solid B. The boar is B tier. But what type? I don't know. I just know he's actually decent at what he does. Like, he got decent moves. This is unblockable. Pretty good damage. Like, you can really get away with something there. Like, if somebody's blocking in your face, you could just put that on them. Trust me. You'll do decent damage, at least 11,000. Then you got half damage strike. They could have just made him a little bit tiny bit stronger. I would have put him up. Bobbity. Okay, so a 2 health bar character is a C tier? I mean, Goldo is a C tier, so why not Bobbity? Bobbity is an interesting case though. Bobbity's more unique. He's just as unique as he can catch people from a distance. He can hit them from a distance. He doesn't even have to fight face to face. You can play like an asshole, and you'll probably win as this guy, possibly. Just be careful. Just know how much health you got, because all it takes is like 2 rush moves maximum for you, and you're done. Then you got the ultimate. Yeah, I'm gonna say C tier potential. C tier, straight up. Dr. Gero is way more of a threat than Android 19. Oh, aren't they kind of like the same model? Hear me out. The thing about Dr. Gero does just more damage in general. That's all it is. And it makes sense. He's the creator. So why wouldn't he be able to do more damage? And his moves are just better in my opinion. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm going to give Dr. Gero an A tier. But he's probably possibly the lowest A tier on the list now. Because remember, it's all about how you counter these characters. That thing about Dr. Gero that makes Android 19 different is just damage output. And I gotta give it to Dr. Gero, he's just better. Gero. Fuck, why do I keep saying that? Dr. Gero is just better. Okay, A tier. Frieza Soldier. The first F tier character on this damn list. The worst of the worst. Meh. Mr. Satan is better than him. Like, this is the worst character in the game. Y'all cannot argue with me. Nobody doesn't use this fucker. Like, bro, the fact that you even at 13,000 is astonishing. Z Broly base, C tier. See, the thing is, sure, he gets the instant spark, but he doesn't get nothing really else. He might get it. He got a wild sense. He got a few decent moves. He got a rush, but nothing really crazy that makes him stand out as a good Saiyan. Y'all want to see real good Saiyan base? You will see it in this video. I will show y'all personally and how good, or possibly, I don't know yet. He's up here. Well, this is took a turn to the big turn. Z Broly Super Saiyan is an A tier in my opinion. See, what makes him an A tier is the fact that he gets buffs and an instant spark, and the fact that his moves are actually unique. One of his moves are unique, and that's the trap shooter. Trap shooter can go through certain moves and just keep pursuing people. That right there is a crazy ass playstyle. This right here, that move is unique and it does damage. It does almost 10,000 if you can hit it perfectly, but it's not about hitting it perfectly. It's more about when you use this move. Like, bro, this character is nice as fuck actually. Like, bro, I think he's one of the most slept on versions of Broly, believe it or not. So yeah, I got him for A tier, and he does 18,000. Yeah, solid. Okay, are you really surprised that I put this version of Broly for S tier? Legendary Super Saiyan is just amazing. With his grab to the way you can fight with him. I'm sorry, but dude is just a monster. I don't even know if he actually gains health or not. I think he does. Okay, so he has this unblock. He has basically three unblockable moves down there. It's kind of hard to contest his grab alone. It's hard to vanish out of it. So, and then you got the key blast spam method because he gets super armor. And after that, y'all hit y'all ult right at the end. Yeah, this is an S tier character. And guess what? It makes him one of the S tier cheesy characters too. Great job, guys. You turned a character into a monster because y'all know how to cheese us. Like, honestly. BVS base is B tier. See, the thing is, he might be one of the good base Saiyans in the game. Because he gets a full power charge and an instant spark and a rush move. He basically gets everything he needs in one character. But this is all in base. So he's not going to be entirely strong, but he can definitely hold his own against any character in the game, in my opinion. Because he's relentless. This is a relentless character. He's relentless in two ways. You can always go into spark and you can always have key. That's what makes him a B tier, in my opinion. And he has two ultimates. You just have to be near a wall for everyone to activate. His DVS Broly Super Saiyan could have been S tier if he just didn't get enough. It's an A tier. A strong A tier. Like one of the good A tiers. I love this form so much. It's just the fact that I couldn't put him in the S tier because he has a nerf. A slight decrease to defense, bro. Like, what? What? So basically when he goes into auto spark, he gets a decrease. And he got Saiyan Spirit. Like, that's crazy. This is a good ass character with everything he needs. I believe this is the only role you have to use, bro, just to win any fight you want. He's just so good. And he's not even that slow. You can actually fight normal with this character, bro. Like, come on now. This is a W character. Alright, DVS Broly, he gets no nerfs. He's all about damage, all key, S tier. See, the thing is, y'all know that I don't like, straight up, how I'm gonna say this, I don't like characters who don't have melee moves, but this is one of the characters I can actually accept not having that because of how much damage he just outputs as a character. That basically did 15,000. All his moves are just so crazy. He gets his own instant transmission. It's called Untamed Movement. He's powerful. But yeah, he does a 24,000 damage ult. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Garlic Jr. B tier. A decent B tier, not a strong one, but not really weak either. He's decent in my eyes. It's just he could have He could have been a little better, sure, but he gets the buffs. Yeah, I don't really know what to really say about him. He got buffs and a paralyzed beam. His ult's pretty cool though. I admit the dead zone. I actually like the dead zone ult. It's one of the cool looking ults in the game actually, and it's a rush move. So, yeah, I'm gonna say B tier on this one. B tier, solid B tier. So yeah. Dr. Wheelo, he is technically the weakest giant in DP sense, but he was actually way better back then. They actually gave him a nerf. He was way better, like, when the game came out. People didn't even play this character until he got until people who was saying, oh, this character only costs like 4 DP or something. And I was like, what? A giant? And it was Dr. Wheelo the whole time. So yeah, Dr. Wheelo is a good B tier character, but he's amazing in DP battles. Turtleist, in my opinion, is an A tier. Explosive wave with the tree, with the fruit. I'm sorry, but I think this is a busted combination. The only thing about him is that actually there's really nothing wrong with him. He's very low accurate. Just more or less, he could have. I don't really see a character in Saiyan Saga doing more damage than what he's doing. So I'm gonna leave it alone. So I'm gonna give him an A tier standard because he's just that good in my opinion. You can't take that away from this character. You really can't. He's fantastic. He's not S tier because he's not that powerful, but A tier material. Lord Slug in his base is C tier. He is not that good, honestly. At least not in my eyes. Whatever y'all think of him, that's y'all opinion. This is my list, so C tier for Lord Slug. In this form. I mean, in base. Like, I don't really know how to explain it with certain characters. Certain characters don't really speak to me as in like, yeah, that's a A tier or that's a S tier. No, Lord Slug doesn't speak to me in that way. Dude is a C tier. Lord Slug in his giant form is a B tier. He's one of those giants that are actually not that good. Like, he's not that good. Sure, he gets 4 bars of health, but nothing really doesn't speak to me that makes him really a good giant. He's kind of on Dr. Wheelo's level, but Dr. Wheelo, in my opinion, is just better. So yeah, there's no getting away from that aspect of the giants. So yeah, let's just, I'm gonna keep it like that. Whoever do like playing Lord Slug Giant, good for you. I'll just say that. Good for you. B tier. Cooler Base is C tier. See, he could have been better if they just gave him a buff or something. But I understand why they didn't, because in the movie, his base form wasn't even that good. Like, don't get me wrong. In the beginning of the movie, he was doing good. But it's really when he transforms. Now, this character I could have made this character straight up a B tier. Just for the hell of it. As in like, when he transforms, he gains more health. But no. His final form is an A tier in my opinion. See, what makes this form amazing is the health gain and the fact that he has good combos and his Ki Blast turn into death beams. He kind of gets everything he needs as this character in my opinion. He gets a rush move, a key move, another key move, Ki Blast as death beams. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. He's really good. And the health gain when you're in his base form, yeah, I'm sorry. This character's a monster in my eyes. You can't change my mind. He's an A tier. He's not S tier though. He doesn't do that much damage. But he's definitely A tier material in my opinion. And 17,000. That's not bad. A tier. Metal Cooler is a S tier character. You can't tell me. Look, I might be bugging, bro, but this is an S tier character. I haven't lost a match really with this character. I might have lost a match or two, but my highest win rate is actually with this character, believe it or not. He is just so good. He has a regeneration and an instant transmission. And I'm sorry, but there's no beating that. This character is perfect for throwing hands. He's fast. He's strong, he's powerful, and he can keep up with anybody. S tier. B tier, Android 13. Yeah, B tier. Because Android 13 in his base actually is nice. And the fact that he gets more ki when he's fighting too, with the pump up, yeah, that makes him a B tier in my opinion. He's pretty good. There's nothing more I can say about him. I can't say they could have made him better because it's just his base. But they made his base pretty good. I like his base. I really do. I think he's one of the best base form androids in the game. One of them. As in the ones that can transform. But consider the ones who don't even have a transmission. No, he doesn't compete with certain ones, but he's good. He's really good. I admit. He's really good. I like Android 13 base. Android 13, Super 13, my bad, is A tier. See, the health gain, the unblockable, the buff, the android barrier. I'm sorry, they made this character a monster without even trying. They made him perfect, in my opinion. This is how you make a transforming android. Besides perfect, so. The super explosive wave that does almost 12,000. I'm sorry, but they did a good job on this character, guys. They did a good job, and a lot of y'all don't even know how to hit his ult. Just get up close and it'll hit, okay? Like, be in his face, darn near. You could be in mid combo, just do it. You'll get him, I'm telling you. So yeah, I'm gonna give this character an A tier. Very good. Fat Janemba, or just Janemba, B tier. See, the problem is with Janemba, actually, believe it or not, he could have been an A tier if I just could fucking see like what was in front of me. If you're too close with this character, you're not going to be able to see. So it kind of weakens him, just in like the plain sight field. His moves are good. He does good damage. He has unblockable. He has an insta spark. He kind of has everything I want a giant to have. It's just the fact that he's too damn big, bro. Like, he's too damn fat, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I can't see in front of him, bro. I don't know what I'm hitting. Super Janemba, A tier. See, I'm telling you, this man, whoever played this character, you know he is a menace. He is one of the biggest menaces in Sparking Zero. Like, one of the secret biggest menaces, bro. Like, yo, I've been sauced up by so many Super Janembas, it's not even funny. Like, damn. This character's so good. He got the Mystic Breath, he got that Dimension Shift, he got the Rush Ultimate, he got good combos, good throw, he's pretty fast, he does damage. I'm sorry, but Super Janemba is an A tier in my opinion. Some of these movie villains really be going crazy. Hirudegarn, B tier. Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's not bad, but he's just like, he could have been better. Just more damage in my opinion. More damage. If they just gave him more damage, I would have been more, like, I would have loved it. Give him a super explosive wave, and I believe he should have had flame breath or something. I don't know if this is it, or, yeah, I think this is it. Pretty good stuff. I mean, he's decent, but nah, B tier. Super Baby 1 is a C tier. Like, remember, this guy can transform like 3 times, so don't even worry about it. Like, I'm not even gonna explain why he's a C tier, since it's really his bottom transformation, in my opinion. It's just because of a bottom transformation. Just think about it like that. His bottom transformation is not supposed to be good. It's not. It's supposed to be like, okay, this is him, and he can get stronger. That's Super Baby 1. That's all it is. Super Baby 2, B tier. Yeah, it's just gonna keep going up, just letting y'all know. Yeah. So, Super Baby 2 is actually my favorite, believe it or not, because he gets a rush move and he gets the key moves. I can rock this form and win as it. I really can. I can do really well. Like, I actually like Super Baby 2. And I love the way how this rush move looks. It's pretty dope. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a B tier. His ultimate does damage, his moves do decent damage. I can really do something with this one. His buff is actually better in this form, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to give him a solid B tier. Super Baby 3 is definitely A tier. Not because the thing is he's missing a rush move, but I'm not gonna let that stop me in my real judgment. He has everything. He has an instant spark. He has 2 key moves. He has 1 key move that is unblockable. That's the one I'm using, Death Cutter. It does more damage sometimes, believe it or not. But yeah, it's really good. I love Baby. I love Revenge Death Ball. He has good combos. He can keep up in a fight. Yeah, I gotta say, Super Baby 3 is A tier in my opinion. And you already know. Grade 8 Baby is S tier. I'm sorry. I made a video a long time ago on how broken this guy is. He is still broken. I went into a DP battles with this guy, and I was whooping everybody. I'm sorry. His defense is too high and his damage is too amazing. He's an S tier. He's an S tier giant. He is the 3rd best giant in the game, in my opinion. Third. Now, who is the 1st and 2nd? I'll reveal that later. But nah, he's the 3rd. And that makes him an S tier because giants are almost damn near S tier alone. Depending on the giant, but I think you get what I mean. So yeah, yep, S tier. Sin Shenron is a C tier. C tier indeed, bro. He is not strong whatsoever. He's not. I was really tempted to put his ass in D tier, but I was like, no, I'm gonna give bro a break. Like, he's still decent. He still got the Mystic Breath. He still got a few interesting moves in his kit. He got this move right here. I mean, like, he's alright. I mean, I can win a fight with this character. I definitely could and be on a run, but it wouldn't be the way y'all think. Honestly. Sin Shenron C tier. Omega Shenron S tier. This is the only character in the game, right, who has the weakest tier, who has one of the weakest tiers, but the best like comebacks of a transformation. He's an S tier. Let me explain why. Number 1, some of his moves transfer over to his maximum form. Number 2, he does more damage than. Did y'all know that he actually does more damage than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? He does. I checked. He does actually. Does more damage than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. In the ultimate aspect. In super attack aspect. I believe. Watch this. Yep, he does. He does. No, he does. The only difference is Gogeta just fights faster. Just a little bit. That shouldn't take away from an S tier character. Remember, they got the same abilities too. They got an Instant Spark with all the buffs. They got a Wild Sense. They got an ultimate that does dumbass damage. I'm sorry, but this is S tier. If Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta he is too. S tier. Spalpavage is a B tier. I heard about this menace, and he's good. He's good. He's really good. He just doesn't do a lot of damage. But what makes him a monster is his defense and the fact that he's actually good to play with, as people say. Like, they said this man on DP battles is a monster. So I had to check him out, and yeah, he's actually way better than y'all think. I will give him B tier potential. He is definitely B tier in my opinion. He could have been C tier, but nah. All the stuff I be hearing and what I have witnessed, he's way better than y'all think. When you see one of these guys in a fight, just don't. Lord Beerus is S tier. Why are we even having this conversation? He's a god of destruction. He has sleep. Instant Spark, this is where they messed up on him in my opinion. They should have gave his ass buffs. This is what I'm talking about. How are you not going to give the god of destruction buffs? But you know what? He's already broken. All he needed was unblockable and an Instant Spark, and it's over. Beerus is one of the most relentless fighters. He's the most respected fighter to go against. As in, like, you have to respect this character to go against him. If you don't, you're going to lose horribly. You have to understand, this character will run through you if you are not playing it safe or playing it smart. So yeah, I have to give Beerus he's one of the high S tiers too. He's not a low S tier. He's not low. So yeah, I gotta give it to him. It's Whis, S tier. What? Dude has blue health bars like Lord Beerus. He can auto dodge, which makes him a discount. Actually, he can auto dodge without losing heat, bro. Technically, that makes him better than MVY Goku. And he got a heal. He's technically better than MVY Goku. He just doesn't do as much damage. But if you look at it in a longevity standpoint, like who can last longer, it's Whis. Whis can last way longer than MUI Goku. S tier. Goku Black base is A tier to me. Now that might sound crazy, but I feel like you just can't. You can't go wrong with picking this character. You can't. He has the wild sense. He has the unblockable rush move. He has good damage. I'm sorry. He has a good ultimate. This character is very well done. Like, I'm sorry, but very, very well done. Like, base form Goku Black, I think this is the best base form Saiyan possibly in the game, as in like non-fusions. Because the best fusion base form in the game is definitely Gogeta, but A tier Goku Black base. S tier Goku Black Rosette. Even though he doesn't get blue health bars, this guy is amazing. With the unblockable Ki Blast in the chaining of his moves and instant transmission with the instant spark, bro, in the chargeable Rose Kamehameha. I'm sorry, dude, he's more of a beast than people give him credit for. Like, he's just freaking amazing, bro. He's freaking amazing. And y'all won't even understand how good this character is. Like, you have to use him to understand how I feel. He is S tier potential. Dude is just godly, in my opinion. He's way better than most characters. I'll tell you that. Zamasu, A tier. Yeah, I know this might sound crazy, but the after image strike in the immortal body, bro, makes him like one of the most annoying characters / everlasting characters you can go against. This guy can really run circles around you, bro. He has good moves, and it's really his abilities that carry him. And the unblockable Ki Wave that he has, like, not Ki Wave, Ki Blast. If you hold Y, he'll have like a Ki Slice, bro. Nah, I'm sorry. Dude is a menace onto himself. There is no competing with stuff like that, bro. Sometimes, especially if you go against a real good Zamasu player. He's just not higher because he doesn't do as much damage. Fusamasu, off the bat, Fusamasu base is a S tier, guys. I'm sorry, off the bat, S tier. Number one, he gets an instant spark with a regeneration move. He gets good Ki moves, and he gets a very strong ass ultimate. And he has the unblockable Ki Blast, Ki Slice. I'm sorry, but this is a monstrous character. You do not understand why he's so good. If you really still don't understand why he's still not good, play him. Just play him. Play him 3 games. No, actually, first, go learn him a bit. Learn some combos. Go in the ring and tell me if you actually lose or not. You might lose 1 match, but you're going to win at least 10. You're going to lose 2 and win 10. I'm telling you. Base Fusamasu, S tier. Corrupt Fusamasu is still S tier. So here's the thing. Even though you're giving up your regeneration and your instant spark and your majority of Ki move versatility, I'm sorry, but this guy still does ridiculous damage. Oh, you're giving it up for a bunch of damage. An actual balanced build. And the thing is, now he doesn't have a Ki Slice unblockable. He has a air punch unblockable. The guy does a lot of damage. He has an explosive wave just to get people off of him. I'm sorry, but this character, he's amazing. And just imagine getting smacked by the hand of God. That's how it feels going against a Fusamasu Corrupt. They will beat the hell out of you, bro. Watch this. 21,000. Yeah, crazy, huh? Hit, A tier. See, Hit is not that strong, but I will say this about Hit. Hit is definitely very well done. With his own Hit clone, he got a Hit clone that if you try to touch, he's gonna move somewhere else. Basically his own after image. And he got his own instant transmission, basically. Like time skip, yeah, just that. Right there. Then he got his ultimate that does decent damage. I'm sorry, but this is just a very well done character with an instantaneous move. And a sometimes a hard group to block and avoid. Sorry, but A tier. Hit is definitely an A tier. Frost is a B tier. He's good, but he's not as good as y'all think. Like, sure, he has one of the fastest death beam moves in the game. I'll give him that. I think he does. He's more mediocre. Like, don't get me wrong, I could definitely play this character and win a lot of matches, but he's not like something, oh my gosh, he's amazing. No, he's more like, he's better than he seems, but he's not as good as you think. Like, he's actually pretty fine for where he is. B tier is just fine. A solid B tier. He's not weak nor not strong, just B tier. Okay, Cabba base, C tier. The dude gets an auto spark, explosive wave. He gets a normal key move. Base, this is basically just a Vegeta ripoff, honestly. So I don't really respect Kaba that much to a point. So sorry if I'm harsh to y'all. I like Kaba, but I'm sorry. Just too many of his moves are just inspired by one character. It's just meh. I just can't. He gets this little rush move. I mean, he's alright. He's alright. Alright, Kaba, Super Saiyan is def B tier. He's definitely B tier. I mean, he's good. He's alright, you know. It's nothing crazy. Like, that key move right there ruins him, kinda. The little spamming. I like this move with the little light up in his eyes and stuff. He does decent damage. He gets a few things. He gets Explosive Wave, Wild Sense. He gets more of a defensive set when he's Super Saiyan, which I think they did him wrong on that one. They should have gave him more buffs, but I guess that's just me. So yeah, B tier. Kaba Super Saiyan 2 is still B tier in my opinion. Dude is just, they could have just done so much with this character, and they just didn't. They didn't. And that's my main problem with this character. They just didn't do enough. You know? They didn't do enough. So I have to give Super Saiyan 2 Kaba B tier at maximum. So yeah, don't worry. His fellows will be following behind. Khalifa base C tier. Just like Kaba. They could have done more. What they just did was give her an instant spark and false courage. Wait, no, they didn't even give her an instant spark. My bad, guys. That's a Wild Sense. Yeah, nah, fuck no. She's not that good. It's C tier. She doesn't do enough for me. Wish she just did more. Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa B tier. Yeah, see, the thing is, she could have been an A tier if they just did more with her. The only reason why she actually got bumped up to a B tier is because of her unblockable ultimate that actually does good damage. That is it. There is no other reason. None whatsoever. Like, I'm cool with the character, but she's just not that good. She's not that good for me. I'm sorry. She doesn't do it for me. But there's a character that will be doing it for me, and she's right there. Crazy. But yeah, Khalifa's a B tier. She just does decent. KO base is C tier material. Now, don't get me wrong, she can keep up, but she has no real damage behind her attacks, in my opinion, for what it should have been. Yeah, there's other characters that kind of do nearly the same damage as her, but no, she's very downgraded. Like, her combos are weak. Yeah. The only thing she got going for her is instant spark and full power charge. So yeah. Yeah, now this is where things start turning around. Kale Super Saiyan A tier. I'm sorry, but this form is actually way better than y'all think. With the key moves and the super explosive wave. At first you might not notice, but her damage is actually ridiculous. The super explosive wave helps her out way more as a character. The Saiyan Spirit. I'm sorry. In this ultimate, the unblockable, yeah, she's pushed past B tier, in my opinion. Even though Khalifa got the same thing, but just Kale just has it better though. She got it better. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that part. A tier. Her final form, her legendary Super Saiyan form, is a S tier. See, let me explain something to y'all. She gets a stun, an auto spark that gives her almost a lot of buffs. No, it gives her a lot of buffs in the game. She gets a rush move, a key move. Her combos are actually good. Her damage is really good. Her ultimate is very fast. It's hard to avoid too. If somebody's like standing behind her, they can still get hit. I'm sorry, but she is a S tier in my opinion. She's a S tier and very powerful too. A very powerful S tier. It's not just like some bullshit. Watch this. This is clean. That's 22,000. S tier. Okay, now let's get down to the fusion. Catfoot base. B tier. She's solid. Very solid. It's just that feels like she's missing something, in my opinion. It just does. I don't know what it is. Really. I think it's because of her rush move, actually. I put her in B tier. Her rush move is such short range that you can miss it. Like, it only lasts for about 0.5 seconds. It's not like a whole second. So just because of that, it kind of like messes with her character in a way. Sure, I know it's like a swing, but come on. That right there kind of affected her. She gets a decent buff though. So I'll give her that. But don't worry. She just goes up from here. She just goes up from here. So yeah, Catfoot base, B tier. That's good though. Catfoot Super Saiyan, A tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used Catfoot Super Saiyan and I was in love with this form, man. I was in love with this form with all the buffs she be getting. It's just so fun. She's so good. And I don't even need to go into Super Saiyan 2 when you got a form like this. I'm sorry. She doesn't get an instant spark or anything, but I'm sorry. This right here just it takes care of business in my opinion. It takes care of business. This is one of the good characters, one of the good A tiers in the game. Not like those A tiers that just made it through. This is guaranteed A tier character. So yeah, I'll give it to her. A tier for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. What were you expecting? Catfoot Super Saiyan 2 is one of the strongest fusions in the game, as in raw damage. She's at S tier, no doubt in my mind. Instant spark with all the buffs. She's fast. She got good strategies. I think she gets a little bit of super armor too. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. She's a monster. She's a monster, guys. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I lost to a lot more Kevlas than y'all think, so I should understand that this is an S tier character. This is definitely an S tier character, especially when she gets behind you and do this. You know it's all over. It's all over. She's gonna take you down. S tier for sure. 21,000. Yeah. No, there's no argument there. Jiren base form is A tier. See, the thing that makes him actually at A tier though is more the fact on how versatile this character is. So he has an explosive wave that's called key pressure. He has meditation that heals. Don't get me wrong, it takes a little long, but let's get real here. For a strong character, I'd rather it take long than be very fast for it not to be broken. Okay? He has a good rush move that does damage. He has power impact that does 10,000 damage on average. And his ultimate does about like 17,000 to 18,000 damage. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to tell y'all. Dude is amazing. A tier. See, look, 17,000. A tier. It's Jiren full power. What? He's a S tier with multiple buffs on his instant spark, with an explosive wave, with all key damage, straight key damage, and he is one of the fastest hitting characters in the game. He's probably like number 2, believe it or not. Number 2 between number 3. Number 1 is Burner, but I'm sorry, he's just too fast. The bro is a monster, and he has the unblockable ultimate that does so much damage. 21,000? Yeah, S tier. Topo. Topo's base is actually really good. Like, it's really good. I'm gonna give it A tier because he's just solid. His defense is there. He does good damage. He has an instant spark. He gets buffs. Dude has it figured out. The only thing is, Justice Flash is not that good, but I'll let it slide because he's just a solid character, bro. He's one of those characters that are really slept on. People just use him for his god form. And you already know what I'm going to say for his god form, so if you want to skip, you can go ahead. But yeah, Topo base form is A tier, no doubt in my mind. Topo god form is an S tier. I'm just going to explain a few things. Number 1, explosive wave, buffs, unblockable, one spammable, real good spammable move. His grab is hard to counter sometimes. He actually does damage. His combos really lock stun you most of the time. Like, believe it or not, he has one of the most lock stun combos I've ever seen in my life. as in like in the game, bro. I boxed with characters like this, and you think he's slow. He's not that slow. He's not. He's very powerful. So I'm gonna tell y'all like it is. This is a monstrous character, and we should all look out. Be safe out there, ranked players, because this character be taking niggas out, bro. I had to go against a character like this, bro, when I was using Jiren full power, and he was giving me everything he got. I won, but still, nah, he's an S tier, in my opinion. Dispo is a B tier. He could have been higher if they just gave him more. See, that little light speed transformation gives him increased movement speed. They should have made him faster. He does decent damage with his super attacks, but it's not about his super attacks that make this character good. It's about knowing how to do his combos. This character is a combo fiend, okay? So just learn his combos and you will be beating everybody in the game. Like, you gotta become the next hit, bro, on how good his combos is. And that's all a Dispo is. He is a combo master. Straight hands. Like, don't get me wrong, you can do a super attack or two, but don't rely on it because they're weak. What you want to do is rely on your combos. Bergamo, B tier. See, the thing is, Bergamo had the potential to be one of the best underrated characters in the game. But the problem is, they gave him a debuff on one of his moves. I think on his Howl, I believe. And they gave him insufficient damage. And the fact is, they didn't even give him his giant form. I'm not gonna lie to you, if they gave him his giant form, he would have been S tier. I'm sorry, but they didn't. See, look, you go to damn Instaspark, guess what? You get a nerf. His ultimate does decent damage, and he has one of the best, I'm gonna say, creative looking ults in the game. They got put his other brothers in, but putting him in the ult is actually just as good, so that's fine. 16,000, B tier. Brienne is B tier. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, there's no really talking me out of this one. Actually, any of this universe. The whole universe is B tier. Sorry, spoilers. I don't think none of them are above A tier or under C tier. They all have the same shit. That's the truth right there. I think she has one unblockable move, believe it or not. It's the one where she turns into a ball and starts rolling. So yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. She's B tier. She's B tier. Kakusun or I don't know. She's B tier. Believe it or not, I think she's better than Ribrianne though. I feel like she is. She's a faster fighter. So I'm gonna give her more of a middle B tier. And Ribrianne's on the lower side. But yeah, I actually like this character. She's not bad. She's not bad. She's pretty good. She doesn't do the damage I think she should have done, but nah. She's not that good, bro. She's not that good. She could have been a million times better. Like honestly, a million times better. But you know, you get what you get. Rosie, B tier. Like I said, the whole universe is B tier. Like, they're mid as hell, bro. B tier is like mid in my opinion, but not bad. Like, you can win with these characters. You can actually do something with these characters around. Just like, you know. Just meh. Like, I don't know what else to say about this. Like, they're just B tier material. Like, they're not better than what they are. You just can't force them into the A or S tier. You just can't. You can't. I don't see it. And Lizzo is a S tier. Hear me out. People say this character is dog shit, but the stats don't lie though. His stats carry this character. And don't get me wrong, I have won so many games with this character that I'm like, yo, I can't be stopped, bro. And Lizzo is just a dog. He has one unblockable move that does 13,000 damage. He has a spread attack that's hard for him to get out of. So if you're attacking him, he won't get out of the attack sometimes. Like, I'm sorry. He has a wild sense. He has a wild sense and the auto spark and this move. He is one of the strongest characters in the game. Anyway, that is it. S tier. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you like this. Please give me everything you got. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Dragon Ball Superheroes Gohan, C tier. He is the worst he is the worst in the DLC. But the thing is, it's only his base form, so I'm not going to be so harsh. It's kind of like a reskin of Adult Gohan, honestly, because they're both kind of like on the same level. I mean, they both get full power charge, they get after image strike or wild sense, they get a Kamehameha ult. Yeah, they're kind of like the same on the low. So yeah, C tier, just like how I gave Adult Gohan base form. Now Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan, B tier. He gets way more damage, his moves get better, and he still gets his full power charge, but this time I actually like the fact that he got Explosive Wave. So yeah, it makes a big difference in my opinion. But it's not like an A tier difference, it's more of like a B tier difference. He's good though. He's solid. Like, Dragon Ball Superheroes Gohan Super Saiyan is pretty solid. And he is better than Adult Gohan Super Saiyan 2 in my opinion, just not Super Saiyan. I think the Super Saiyan's a little better, but you know, I don't know how to really explain it. But no, I'm gonna put him in the B tier category, and I love the way how they made the ult look. So yeah, pretty good character, pretty good transformation overall. So yeah, I'll give it to that. Ultimate Gohan, A tier. There's no doubt. There's only one problem. He could have been an S tier if they just didn't mess up on this move right here. This move is very inconsistent. If this move was working consistent, he would have been an S tier, believe it or not, in my opinion. He does the damage I need him to do. So it's like, that's not my problem with him. My problem is how inconsistent one of his moves are. But nonetheless, though, he's really good, though, on the flip side. So I'm just going to give that to him. A tier, he's one of the good A tiers in this. So yeah, give it to him. Is this really a debate or a conversation or argument? Beast Gohan is S tier, no doubt. I mean, number one, he gets health back. Number two, he gets an instant spark with buffs that actually benefit him. He gets a wild sense. He is a giant slayer, so all his moves work on giants. AKA his ultimate will go off in animation, and his flash strike move, or the beast kick move, whatever it's called. I can't see it right now on the screen. But you know, just know that this guy is a giant slayer. He's like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but better. A million times better. So yeah, that's really what makes this character really S tier. And he gets blue health. So S tier for the win. Now for Dragon Ball Superhero Piccolo base, C tier. He kind of leaves off where he is. Now, don't get me wrong, he's actually decent. Like, I was pretty surprised on how good his base was, but it's not that good. It's like, meh. It's like, give or take. It could have been better, but nah. I understand why they didn't make it better than what it is. Because what's the point of making a base form really good if you got transformations? You know what I mean? So yeah, C tier. Okay, his awakened form goes straight to C tier to A tier. Like, honestly, I was very hesitant. I almost gave it S tier. But I was like, nah, that's too much for what this is. But A tier is perfect. He got great combos. He does great damage. He is just, I'm sorry, but he's all around amazing. He's an all around perfect character, in my opinion. He's not perfect, sure, but I don't need an auto spark or instant spark to make this guy S tier potential. He's amazing. I gotta give it to him. And his combos go well together. He's just a great character. So I gotta give him A tier in my opinion. I gotta give him A tier. Orange Piccolo is an S tier for sure. With the raw damage, his instant spark, his other buff, him chaining things together pretty well. He's nice. And the health gain he gets too. I'm sorry, not the health gain. I think more like the blue health. Sorry, this character is a monster. I think this is the best character in the DLC, to be completely honest with y'all. This is the best character. Like, honestly, Orange Piccolo. Just in general, the Piccolo in the DLC is the best character. And if he's the best character in the DLC, that makes him one of the best characters in the game. Because they did so well with this character. So yeah, S tier for Orange Piccolo. Giant form, of course, S tier. Hear me out. He's a giant slayer.
which means his ultimate does more damage to giants than just the what do you call it? Just the what do you call it? Normal fighters. So yeah, and he has 2 unblockables. Yeah, S tier for sure. I gotta give it to him. Dude is amazing. I love this. S tier. Gamma 1 is A tier. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all might not see it, but with everything I seen, he's amazing. Especially his ultimate. I think his ultimate rises above and actually helps him become amazing. So, honestly, I'm just going to talk about his ultimate now. His ultimate shoots in different multiple projectiles, right? And sometimes it could cancel out some ults, right? And it will still hit you because you shot multiple. That's what makes the character amazing. Watch this. You can see it. That's like 4 projectiles. Now, I seen a video of him canceling out Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku's ultimate. And it's true. You can cancel out some ultimates with Gamma 1 ultimate. A tier for sure. Gamma 2 is S tier. Oh my gosh. That might sound crazy, but it's not. It's not. If you understand how good this character is, I'm sorry. This is the best. This is one of the best androids in the game now. I think he's better than Android 17 for sure. Super Android 17 MVP. It's really because of his ult that makes him S tier. His ult just makes him so fucking deadly. There's only one condition though. Don't mess with it. If you miss, you already just took up all your health. So you're not allowed to miss, or else he's But without his ult, he would have been an A tier. But he's S tier for sure in my opinion. So Max, S tier. Yeah, I know this is a crazy list of just putting people at S tier and A tier, but this is good DLC. I'm not gonna hold you. These niggas are loaded. So Max is no exception though. Bro has he has 2 unblockables, a throw that does a lot of damage, a instant spark. What else? Explosive wave. His moves almost take a whole health bar a piece. As in not his super attacks, but just his normal attacks. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like. And please watch the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.